Product provided by Nintendo. The recent Mario Party entries have been lacking, at least to some degree. Super Mario Party was obviously far more fun than 10 and 9, mostly because of that stupid car being gone, but at the same time it didn't bring the same pure glee and charm as those entries on Nintendo 64 and GameCube. And thus Nintendo and ND Cube went on a warpath to fix this with Mario Party Superstars. And let me just say, they really knocked it out of the park. Yes, this is a brutally honest review of the game, but as you might have probably guessed, Mario Party Superstars is also one of the best games to come out in 2021. It may not be accepted by everyone as a brand new game, but who cares when this is without a shadow of a doubt the best of the past. So be sure to press that like and subscribe button as it helps more than you can imagine, and also the notification bell completely for free to not miss any upcoming brutally honest reviews. And let's get this star-stealing party started. Mario Party Superstars goes back to the rules that we grew up with in the 90s and early 2000s. The boards are expansive with events, items, and the most devilish thing of all, chance time. And the fact that Chance Time is returning after its last appearance in Mario Party 6 is already worth celebrating. But then you take things like Bowser Spaces and item stores into account, which brings the proper nostalgic flavor. With items like the triple dice blocks, the Boo Bell, and Plunder Chests, you know that you're in for a good time. Your time on the boards can range from 10 to 35 turns, which adds to the spectacle. That spectacle ends with minigames at every turn and the bonus stars in the final moments of the game. What is there not to smile about? What helps is that the boards they have chosen are perfectly suited to this blast of parties past. We have Spaceland, Horrorland, perfect for this Halloween launch, Yoshi's Tropical Island, Peach's Birthday Cake, and Woody Woods. Each board highlights a particular flavor of how to mess with your rivals successfully. Our personal favorite is no doubt Spaceland, with a huge laser that evaporates your coins to Space Police that moves you across the board. It is a battle of those who are the most careful. Even then, players easily loop around the laser, bringing the time faster down to 0. Oh so devious. Another board that really comes out well in 2021 is Peach's Birthday Cake. And this board design is very different from anything else in the game, and for a good reason. While traveling across the board, players who land on event spaces can plant piranha plants who will steal coins or even stars. If you somehow survive that minefield, there's a possibility that you'll be visiting Bowser and lose money in the process. It causes some absolute hilarity that can't be under or overstated. From these examples and more, we reckon it becomes pretty clear why Mario Party Superstars is such a slam dunk. It is all about bringing the classic boards and formula into the modern era, adding gameplay improvements and making it home for a whole new audience to enjoy. While playing on these boards, we just had fun with caveats, something we felt so reluctant about with the recent entries. No weird gimmicks or control options, just straight up the things we liked on 2 generations of Nintendo consoles. Was that now really all that hard, Nintendo? To be honest though, we can easily admit that the collection could have been bigger. If they just added 1 or say 2 more boards and made the scope of the collection grander to include some Nintendo GameCube boards, then oh boy, this would have been one of the best deals in gaming. Don't get us wrong, everything is well made and lovely upgraded for a new era. At the same time, plenty of us have been walking around with this idea for ages, and the fact that there isn't a Bowser board represented is a real big bummer in our eyes. And yes, this might have been a deliberate move in order to introduce more as DLC in the future based on recent reports. Now it only remains to be seen if these will be paid or free updates. In other words, if they will take the paid Smash or free Mario Golf Super Rush route when it comes to additional content. That being said, if you thought that we're done talking about the brilliance of Mario Party Superstars, then you're going to have a hard awakening. Let's carry on with discussing the 100 minigames chosen for Mario Party Superstars. Simply put, in our personal opinion, 90 to 95% of the selection really rule, while the other 5 to 10% was just pure indifference. These classics go beyond the Nintendo 64 era, with minigames from across the entire series, including Pushy Penguins, one of the sheer highlights in Mario Party 5, making its return with every second making you shout harder. You guide yourself through penguins moving right to left on the screen and keeping your character on the ice. Another big return is the beloved bumper balls, where all players roll around on top of a ball and try not to land in the outer ring. The pure chaos remains so well intact and brings thrills to no end. There are just so many other examples. And what is poignant about Mario Party Superstars is that they didn't just copy the minigame list from Mario Party the Top 100. Some minigames have been added, while others removed to make room for new ones. It is not a rehash, but them assessing what works well in this type of setup. And this theme of testing things out and seeing what works and doesn't work is something that goes even further. But that being said, there's still some questionable choices. Like, did anyone really want Tug of War to return? You had to constantly spin the stick, which people used to do on the palms of their hands. And when playing with actual people, we can honestly say this was one of the lowlights every time. It's odd, as we thought Nintendo was past causing injury to our hands and causing even worse Joy-Con drifting and analog stick damage. In addition to the boards, our preferred way of play, there are extra fun ways to experience all that the minigames have on offer, because by traveling to Mount Minigame, 7 options become available to you. Our favorite was Survival, where you battle solo against the entire world. And this one is a far better mode than the River Survival mode found in Super Mario Party. You'll have to survive minigame by minigame, taking out online opponents and dragging yourself to the top of the leaderboards in a way similar to the most popular streaming show as of the release of Mario Party Superstars, Squid Game. This really tests your skill and forces you to constantly stay a step ahead of your rival. Another fun experience is Sports and Puzzles, in which you can battle for your scores and a big win. With 6 special minigames on offer, you really have to pull out some excellent handwork. Talking about Minigame Mountain, it neatly leads up into this: the ways you can play. Simply put, Mario Party Superstars goes for the full yard and then never looks back. Obviously, you can all play together on one console or through local wireless with their own system. That being said, special attention should be reserved for the online component. In all our years covering games on Nintendo Switch, there's never been a more robust feature suite than in Mario Party Superstars. You can go online with randoms or make specialized lobbies for you and your friends. It even kicks you back to the same main menu as in any other circumstance, allowing players to freely pick what they want to play. This amount of dedication should be applauded, and frankly, it is all really well put together. For our tests, we also know that the online also runs fairly well, making for some excellent online experiences. In other words, the late online introduction to Super Mario Party has done wonders as testing grounds for the true online experience, which has been implemented in this grand celebration of the franchise. Speaking of excellent, the presentation is fantastic as well. The visuals shine on Nintendo Switch with bright colors, excellent renditions of the classics, and nice clean details, and even more so on the OLED model in handheld mode. The pure palette of accents used in the lightings and environments really bring this whole thing home. The soundtrack is a bliss. Next to new versions of classic board tunes, there are new specific versions if you enter the last 5 turns. If you don't like all this added instrumentation, no sweat. In the options hut, you can just switch back to the melodies you know and love. The new music in the minigames is permanent though, and the melodies really depend on what you personally prefer. Overall, it was just nice. As you may have guessed, minus maybe 1 or 2 missing boards from Mario Party 4 and 5, which might be added later through DLC, and 5 to 10% missed minigame selections, Mario Party Superstars is a big win for Nintendo. Most aspects which we initially thought they could screw up, the company got exactly right. And together with developer MD Cube, they gave exactly what we wanted since the release of the Top 100. Classic boards and minigames upgraded to HD with online for those who want to bring the rivalry for the stars around the world. They nailed the feeling that made the original so fun to play, and added things where it makes sense. That isn't to say that every minigame chosen is great, but it wouldn't be Mario Party if you at least didn't like 1 or 2 moments during your playthrough of a board. What matters though is what it represents. Nintendo knew that we wanted it and has given us exactly that. This proves that sometimes listening to fans isn't really all that bad of an idea. Mario Party Superstars is a return to the top form of the N64 and GameCube games after the hated car of the Wii and Wii U era was crashed out for good before Super Mario Party. You may not have the motion control minigames of Super Mario Party, but without any gimmicks, it makes it possible to play this game in so many different ways throughout Nintendo Switch's growing family of systems. It is a button and analog stick extravaganza that brings the true devilish nature of Mario Party back, and a return to proper classic Mario Party. True to Michael at Mario's Broken Twitter parody, FU Superstars. If you steal my star, I will block you on twitter.com. And yes, ruining friendships with all the love and hated BS of Mario Party of old online. With that in mind, we give Mario Party Superstars a glowing star score of... This is simply one of the best Mario Party experiences of all time, with few flaws in between. Well, what do you think about Mario Party Superstars? Sound off in the comment section down below. If you haven't already, press that like and subscribe buttons to make this video more visible, and combine with the notification bell completely for free to not miss any of our upcoming brutally honest reviews. Finally, a big thanks as always goes to our patreon.com/CommonRoll patrons, and in particular to royal producer Charles Shash. You rock, and please enjoy one or both of these 2 awesome videos.